Hey guys, I'm Aster, and on this channel we talk about all things magic. In today's video, I'm going to talk to you about one of the things that I like the most when it comes to magic, and that is plants and herbs. I put together a list of 8 plants that you maybe there's one or two that you had already heard about, but I'm pretty sure that most of them you didn't know were magical and are very much present in Brazilian folk magic. Some of them I do have at home, and they are easily found in decoration stores in the Northern Hemisphere, and others are a little bit more complicated, and some I don't currently have because I currently live in France. And I will start with a classic of wards, which is the snake plant. We actually have at least 3 different types of snake plant, and I have 2 of them because they are very easy to take care of. You water them twice a month and they're good to go. They are really low maintenance and they are powerful ward plants. People usually keep them at entrances, especially the entrance of the house, the home, or the entrance of a business. Those plants, they are known in Brazil as the sword of Saint George, Espada de São Jorge. São Jorge, or Saint George, was a saint known for slaying dragons. He was a warrior saint and very, very present in Brazilian Catholicism, as well as other magical African-derived religions that were syncretized. There was like the syncretism with Catholicism. Well, Saint George is a big name in Brazil when it comes to religion and magic. And the snake plant is like, there's this association of the plant and the sword, the weapons that Saint George used. So there is the green, the leaf is green with a little bit of a lighter shade of green, and that one is the sword of Saint George. There is another type that is kind of a cylinder, and those are the spears of Saint George. Spear or spear? I'm really in doubt right now.
Spear.
Spear. Oh my God, spear.
Spear.
I've been saying it wrong all the time. Oh my God. Okay, spear. Saint George is a synonym of Ogun, which is an African Yoruba deity, and he, like the Catholic association during the time that people had to hide their true beliefs was Saint George. And Ogun is also a warrior deity. And the last type of this species of plant is the sword of Saint Barbara. That one has the green leaf with yellow borders. All of them are great for warding, for keeping the evil eye, bad energies, bad spirits out of your perimeter.
And obviously, they're also great for spells to cut something out of your life and for protection in general, because after all, they are swords and spears.
Another classic of Brazilian folk magic is Dumbskin. I have one right here in front of me. I call it Valkyria. It's my little baby that is ever growing. By the way, the snake plant and Dumbskin, they are toxic, okay? Do not eat them. Do not make teas out of them. Yeah, be very careful with those plants, okay? They are not meant for consumption. But as I was saying, Dumbskin is another great ward plant. Also very easy to take care of. You just water it like twice a month. It likes to be like sprinkled with water. I do that once a week because it's a plant from a tropical climate, and it likes to be warm It likes to be in the shade, okay? Shady girl. And it likes to be in a humid environment. So Dumbskin, you have to be a little bit more careful in the northern hemisphere because this plant is very sensitive to cold. Other than being used for protection against bad energies and evil intentions, evil entities, Dumbskin can also be used in baneful workings. And that's all I'm gonna say. Next up, we have birdseed. It is something that I'm guessing nobody gives nothing for. It's like seeds that you feed to birds. But in Brazil, it's a big thing, and it is associated to two things. One of them, the most popular, I would think, is the vanishing powder, which is kind of the Brazilian equivalent of hot foot powder. It's a powder made to make someone just like get out of your life, you know, disappear and go mind their business elsewhere. Toasted birdseed is one of the ingredients. But birdseed is also a symbol of prosperity and abundance. My God, this thing grows so much. It's unbelievable. It grows fast, it grows super like vivacious, and it gets super long. So yeah, I totally get why birdseed is also associated with prosperity and abundance. Another interesting plant is Job steers. Job steers, I remember from my childhood, there was this little spot uphill from my house. It was a source, a natural source of water, and it was super, super humid. It was kind of like a swamp, but in the most positive sense of the words that you can imagine. That place was pure magic. I miss that place. And over there was a ton of Job steers. Job steers is a funny plant because the grass grows and then the seeds are those little beads. They are hard as like bones. People use those little thingies to make magical objects, such as rosaries and other things. As a matter of fact, I think I have some lying around here somewhere. Just a second. This is Job steer. It's a hard little thing. I'm not sure if you will be able to see it, but in the middle there's a hole. It's like a nature's made bead, you know? The grass goes through that hole. It is attached to the grass in there. And if you remove that little piece of grass, there's a perfect little hole in there. So you can make tons of things with Job steers.
Being a plant that was naturally found in Brazil, of course that it was frequently used by the natives. And for some indigenous tribes, the thing that they preferred to do with these seeds was to make protection necklaces. This plant is associated with the water element and with water deities such as Iemanjá.
Now, another plant in English, it's called Guinea handweed, which in Brazil is called simply Guinea. This is a plant that my mom always had in our backyard. And yeah, it has those tiny little white flowers. It's childhood, you know. This plant, I would say, is the equivalent of sage in Brazil because it's used for smudging and getting the bad vibes out of the window.
The Guinea plant is a native Brazilian species originally found at the Amazon region, but it is very easy to find all over the territory and it grows a lot, especially during the rainy season. It can get up to 1 meter tall and it has a strong smell similar to garlic.
Another plant that is a classic is rue. Rue is an all-time classic. My mom has had rue on the front yard since forever, you know. It's a must. It's a staple of Brazilian folk magic. And it's also a staple for other folk practices from other places of the world. Rue is great for protection, for smudging as well, for getting rid of negative energies, negative spirits, so it's a great herb to have. I see that it's a slow plant. It takes a long time to grow. It's like tiny babies, but the smell is already strong. You can already feel the smell of original real rue. I'm super happy about it. And it's great against the evil eye to keep a little branch with you on your person, or to just burn the dried leaves around the house. And last but not least, coffee. Not the grounded coffee, of course, grounded coffee and coffee beans can also be used, but I am talking about the coffee leaves. And yeah, my mom also had coffee planted at the front yard, actually at the backyard, but anyways, coffee is also a plant that is very much used for smudging, but also to bring that extra energy and speed to the workings that you are performing. So if you want something to happen quick, if you want to get more energy to get something done, if you really need that extra caffeine, the coffee leaves are going to bring that to your working. And how about your culture? Does your culture have any specific plants, any like something different that people use for magic in your culture that is not being used on other places? What is a unique, different plant herbal use that your culture has to offer? I would love to know about different cultures and how they use their herbs and plants. So please, if you have any interesting bit of information on that from your own culture, make sure to leave it in the comments. I will love to take a look at it and learn with you. I hope that this list was somehow interesting to you guys and that you will go out there and get at least 1 or 2 of those plants, especially when it comes to the snake plant and Dumbskin. I do recommend having them around. Thank you so much for watching. I can't wait to see you on my next video. Have a marvelous rest of your day, and remember, practice makes perfect. So let's get witching. Bye.